Well, folks, I'm peering around here, pretty twitchy, having a great honored guest beside me, and I just didn't get into my spiel, my normal spiel. British People's League at you today, July the 14th, 2013. Well, this is the first guest we've had on. She's not just a guest, Sarah from Oshawa. I gave her a preview, a couple of months ago, and I know a lot of young males out there were disappointed. Well, Sarah is known for her brain power with the British People's League. Looks are an asset. Well, what can a guy say? So that's the scoop. Today we're going to talk about Sarah from Oshawa, a very good friend of the British People's League, and she's allowed herself to be posted on our webpage. So, Sarah, why are you a friend of the British People's League?
Well, John, how could I not be a friend of the British People's League, depending on how everything's going right now in our world? We need people like you around. We have nobody.
Well, the organization, hey, I said organization, but really, the British People's League is just like a symbol. We don't have members, we don't have anything formal registered, because we don't want people to think, oh, it's an organization, oh, they have meetings. And why aren't you afraid, Sarah?
How can I be afraid? We need people who aren't afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is a good thing.
Good thing.
Nothing to be afraid of.
So, you've been pushing me. I sort of came up with an idea a long time ago about a van plane where we're going to picket with a sign, simple sign saying, keep our villages majority white. And you really pushed at that. And why do you push that plan?
Because I think it's probably the best way that we can actually get people together. Go to these small towns where people actually care. Everyone cares.
And what are we caring about? What are we worried about? It's a silly question.
The future of our children. The future of our grandchildren.
So you feel our culture is just being swamped?
Basically.
And I know how you feel, and there are videos to prove I've said the same thing. There's no hatred against other cultures, races, or so on. But you feel we have the right to keep ours going.
I think every race has the right to keep theirs going. Every race, including ours. And we shouldn't be put down because of it.
Yes.
Our past is our past.
Yes.
Everyone has a brutal past.
Yes.
And we just want to make ours a bright future.
Yes. Well, we've kept our word to the Indians the best we can. They're still getting huge payouts, and fair enough, all these years later. But the deal was made with Queen Victoria when the white British conquered Canada, and they get their payouts, and that's fair enough. We can't deny them that. And the British and the Indians have always worked together, Native Indians. And they got a lot to lose, too.
We have a lot to learn from them, actually.
On nature.
A lot of things.
And the healing and so on. So you see, guys, now I know there's a lot in our circles in Britain that say, oh, great, now Beattie's watering things down. Well, off camera, Sarah can get pretty worked up. It depends what mood she's in. But
it's early.
Yes. So Oshawa, that's basically your hometown. We don't identify people's addresses, kids. We all have families. So what do you think? You were saying to me earlier this morning that friends are with us, but of course they're nervous too. So this video should help a lot to get rid of that fear.
I would hope so, because you're a perfectly nice man. I've known you for years. I'm a perfectly nice person. I think people get scared because they automatically think racism, which is not at all what any of this is about at all. We have no problems with any other race. I have nothing but respect for every race, which is why I think that people should have respect for ours as well.
Excellent. Well said. Well said. Now, what's the next slogan here? Well, what do you think of doing your first YouTube here with the British People's League?
It's fun. Yeah, I like it actually now.
Yeah, she's a bit twitchy.
Do a couple more.
Yeah. Oh, couple. Hey, girl, you're in. Well, when we hit the big time, folks, when Beattie retires from his day job and full-time at this job, then, but only then, when I can prove to you we're doing 5 videos a week, Sarah, we're really going to count on. She's a very intelligent gal. She's been through the ringer of life, and I guess it's like Jesus being reborn, or am I being a bit corny?
A little bit.
A little bit corny.
Not on the same level, I don't think.
No, well, corny analogy. I don't know how we can get too serious, folks, on some of these videos. Like the last video was about the freedom of speech issue, and it was good factual, but we don't want to just be a lecture series here. That's why I'm so proud Sarah come on, because she's down to earth, and that's what we want. We're the common people. As my old Dutch landlord, you hear me talk about him a lot in the videos, passed away. But as he put it so succinctly and beautifully, people are more interested in a cat in their own backyard than they are about a cat in Chicago. So, I noticed you've asked for a couple more T-shirts, so you've got friends in Oshawa.
I do, yeah. Actually, a few people, but we're growing.
Yes.
Slowly growing.
Yes, yes. Good foundation.
We just need more people, ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies. Just think about your children. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, yeah.
There will come a time where there not going to be any of us left.
Right on. Well, I love the way.
And it's true.
I love the way.
And I would hate to see any race die out. Any race.
Well, I love the way you're talking. Keep it up, girl. We've still got lots of time to go.
All here for a reason.
So, do you tie in with the way we've sort of got it laid out? That we don't want a serious structure, membership and meetings. We can have get-togethers, because that doesn't sound scary. Casual. And you've heard how we have things laid out with the blind copy, and so far everything seems okay?
Everything seems great.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Great.
So
things are moving smoothly, John.
Oh, right.
Very smoothly.
But we discussed we wanted to have a positive attitude today. Didn't think it would run out this soon. I mean, the world news is there for you folks to absorb, through whatever way you go. But we really like these bi-weekly videos for the time being, every second week, to be positive about our association, the British People's League. And the sad part is, though, I think you mentioned it right at the beginning, that there just are not other spokespeople for white people's history.
No, I think a lot of it has to do with society and how we are judged as white people. If we stand up for ourselves, it's automatic judgment of racism, and nobody wants to be called a racist. And I think that's what we have to get across to people, is the fact that this has nothing to do with other races. This has to do with our race.
Excellent, excellent. Now, usually when you're off camera, you really expand on things.
I do,
so
yes.
Keep going on a roll here, girl.
Like I said, it's very early still.
Yes, yes. Well, what first alerted to you that our culture was being squashed as white people, or what alerted you? When did you clue in that? Was it because of Oshawa, the multicultural?
I'm not even sure. I've just always been there.
Excellent.
I think it's just always been there.
Now, as a good friend of the British...
It definitely came out when I moved to Oshawa. I know that.
Well, as a good friend of the British People's League, like, there's thousands of Ukrainians in the world, so we're not pinning down any family. But your grandmother's Ukrainian heritage you're proud of.
Absolutely.
Right. And
there's a lot of Ukrainians in Oshawa.
Yeah.
Ukrainians built Oshawa.
Excellent. Well, the British and Ukrainians always got along. Recently passed away editorial writer for the Toronto Sun, Peter Worthington. He really stuck up for Ukrainians in his writing career. And I think that's maybe helped alert you. Fine, folks, it's the British People's League. Welsh, Irish, Scottish, English. But guess what? I always say on the shows, our European cousins. And I find that those of, Eastern European extraction often clue in quicker than our people. Maybe it's because we conquered the land and we had it soft for so many years. But as your grandmother probably told you of the sufferings that the Ukrainian people had. So that's why I always say our European friends. It'd be like the flag debate, what you could call a group. And when my passed away wife and I, Sarah, came up with an idea of British People's League, we thought of 100 other titles, Northern People's League, and then the all-encompassing approach just doesn't seem to work perfectly clearly, because Polish might not like Hungarians, Serbians might like Croatians. So I don't know if you remember from algebra in high school about the common denominator. The common denominator. So, you pick up the phone books of the villages in Ontario, and there's still the majority, Thompson Smith, Walker Cooper, Jones, Beattie. There's still a majority. So it's not a case of, hey, well, let's do it this way because, we're arrogant or conceited for the British. No, a heritage. But those names are in the phone book. It's the common denominator. Build on that first. Now, I've had a debate with a very sharp guy on our blind copy list this week, Sarah, going on attacking, say, Jews, or attacking this group, that group, blaming them. But I point out, let's stop the attacks on others, as you say.
Exactly.
Let's build our house of brick. Let the other little piggy build his house of straw and hay and go off boozing and doping it up. And we're building our house of brick. When we have our house built secure with brick, then if we want to critique or criticize whatever other tribes, we'll do it. But until we get our house of brick built, we don't have time for side issues about what the other tribes are doing or who's running this in Canada or Australia for the Aussie fans out there. Say hello to our Australian friends there.
Hello.
Right on.
New Zealand, actually, myself. So.
What?
Yeah, family in New Zealand.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know that.
What?
I have family in New Zealand.
Holy smokes.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, what,
Scary.
like second cousins or?
My grandfather's second cousins.
Right on.
Yeah.
Do you know the city or just?
No, I've met them.
Auckland, do you think?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Out in the boonies, I know that.
Wow, I didn't know that. So finally, we got a plug for the Kiwis. Because, you know, the hat, we're trying to cover with a simple hat.
Don't forget our friends in Germany. I have friends Berlin.
They're our cousins.
Hello.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Right on. Wow. So, what are we up to here? Oh, we still got a fair few minutes left here. Serious videos are thrown before, folks. I hope you like our style. Those of you who subscribe are apparently happy and are blindless, because these are always going to be casual shows. Now, having said that, come January, Monday to Friday, format's going to have to be current affairs, but with a twist. Current affairs as to other patriotic groups in Europe, in Britain, in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and America. And Sarah, you could say hi to Don, our lawyer buddy.
Hey, Don.
And who else was asking where's Sarah? You said she's going to be on.
Will.
Will out
hey,
west.
Will.
Look what you're missing, Will. You get your ass from BC over to here quick, Will. And who else now was anxious to hear what Sarah's brain power was like? Well, Robert at Candor, he was disappointed there when I said she'll be on soon. But well, we all have our weekends we can make it, and Sarah's busy in Oshawa, so it's not always we can get her up here. But Robert with Candor, I got to give a plug for Candor. They're the people I was telling you are going to
yes,
help us with the book.
Of course.
And that is candor.org.uk, CANDOUR, candor.org.uk. And you must forgive me, folks, as an old guy with gray hair, that I'm not gluing the eyeball to the camera, because I've been looking over here at this lovely lassie for a little bit. Maybe too much, but anyway, what the hell? Friendship's what the British People's League's about.
True.
Yeah. So we covered a lot of territory, Sarah and I, on our visit here this weekend, and we really see eye to eye, and she's got some long-term solutions too. So I'm not talking about croaking tomorrow afternoon, even if I don't obey the doctor's orders and everything. But I can tell you, it's not going to be like some situations in the States where they had good organizations built up for white people, and then when the person that was known passed on, it died. No. Sarah's going to keep things going.
It will keep going. We're not going away.
Right on.
We're not going away, not until the problem does. And there is more of us out there.
And they just need to feel more secure and see us casual.
And there's no reason not to feel secure. Call in one day.
Yeah.
Email Mr. Beattie with your concerns.
Yeah, okay, so we'll throw in that plug now. BritishCanada@gmail.com. BritishCanada@gmail.com. And this is how we build from there. You know, the first contact. And then we build from there with you. We communicate. We answer your emails within 24 hours. And yes, we have an 800 line, 1-800-431-3388. Anywhere in North America, it's a free call.
Very interested to hear any of your stories that you have, any stories at all. Feel free. Always interested to hear them, right, John?
Absolutely. And Sarah puts me to shame. She's right now reading not Monte Cristo.
Yeah, Count of Monte Cristo. Great book, by the way.
Right. Now here's a young lady who still reads real books and puts me to shame. She's naming books that she's
I got made fun of on the bus for doing it.
Yeah.
The only person with a real book.
Yeah. So we're talking here, our Oshawa personality how's that grab you? Oshawa personality?
Sure.
Actually reads books and the classics, etc. So, we get more associates like Sarah, then we'll be happy as hell. Now the people on the blind copy list, they'll come out come out of the closet for the British People's League, and we're getting close to our normal 15-minute mark, We could go to 20 minutes, but Sarah, think hard. Is there some other point that you'd like to make on this, your very first show?
Oh, there's so many points, John.
You think, is it just come with the flow? We're going to get more T-shirts and so on.
Yes, I actually need several T-shirts.
Right. We'll get more. And then I'm leaning over, so you see the poster on Queen Victoria, folks, up on the wall. We're going to get more posters, and those posters are thanks to Marg. I won't say what city at this point, but those posters are thanks to Marg. And it's a fact that the women have got more courage, guys.
Where are you guys?
Yeah.
We're all here.
Yeah.
Lots of us.
Yeah, and that brings up an interesting little point that I think what it is, we're in the middle. We're pals with the street people, pals with some of the establishment people. But, you know, the rougher element, they want to stay with the rougher element. Well, just get a bit more refined, guys. We need the troops out there, true. But after today's video, I'll be interested as to your comments about Sarah's first show, and it'll make her happy. I'll forward on to Sarah at Oshawa any comments. And so I guess that's about it. We'll sign off for this July 14th show. And we're certainly going to have Sarah on as often as we can when she's visiting or whatever. So I guess that's pretty well it for our introduction today. What do you think, Sarah?
I think that's good.
Yeah. Okay, well,
read a book.
Yeah.
Really, turn off the TV and read something.
Yeah. Well, I think the people that are following us so far...
Tell your kids.
They're with us. But, yeah, there's going to be new people tuning in, so that's good about the book bit. Yes, I'm ashamed. I've got all those books back there. They were for my day job, folks. The very top shelf, if I can't get the fingers going on this damn thing.
I know it's hard.
Over with the video. Above to the right of Queen Victoria, those books on the very top, they're practically one of the last editions of Britannica. They are the leather bound with the Scottish thistle. So she's right about books. We're going to get more books. But Sarah and I do have a slight debate here. I say if you can read people, you don't have to read books. But Sarah, what do you say?
You should read books. It makes you smarter.
Okay.
It does.
Okay, girl. So this is fantastic.
Train your brain.
You met Sarah today, folks, and thank you for tuning in. And we'll be at you in 2 weeks' time. And
can't wait.
Thanks again.